Hi, I'm Amar. I am the trainer for these program sessions. The training program that I will conduct is called Sales Communication Training. This training has been designed with a set of specifications that might be used in the development phase. This training design acts such as a guideline to a trainer to create content, deliver the process and material in the training program.
Have you ever worked on a project where the design team and the build team just don't communicate with one another? Keep everyone in the loop when making design changes.
Now, let me tell you the things that we need to consider before we start the training program. The first thing that we need to consider before we start the training program is about the objective of the training program. In this training program, we decide to focus the understanding among the trainees to implement the sales communication in the workplace, improving communication skills, to develop the trainees' ability in the context of teamwork, and also to develop the trainees' capability as they need to success and perform the approach of key performance indicator as well as KPI. As the objective of the training program has been stated, now let's move forward to see the details about the training objective. Now, on these sessions, I will discuss the details about sales communication training program objective. So, let's move to the first objective. The first objective is about to ensure the participants fully understand about sales communications. This objective is to make sure all the trainees that participate in this training program will understand all the sales communication skills that trainers present. Number 2, all these sales communication skills that trainees learn in this training program can help them to improve their communications during their work. For example, trainees can determine what skill that they need to use when they promote to their customer. This communication skill is really important to trainees as their communication can attract more customers to buy the product. The second one is about to improve the communication skills among trainees to increase their sales performance, to boost up their sales performance. This objective to make sure all the trainees that participate in this training program can improve their communication skills, and apart from that, increasing their sales due to the key performance indicator approach. As a salesperson, they need to communicate with many people. Thus, they need to approach the people to attract their interest on the products. For example, after this training program, the trainees can apply the communication skills on how to attract customers by using suitable words that shows the products that they sell are more valuable, as well as the price offered is reasonable. When a salesperson succeeds in convincing the customers with their good communication skills, it will attract more customers to buy their product. Next is about to develop the trainees' ability when trainees need to perform in group. During this training, we will conduct training in groups, so they will be more comfortable to communicate with each other. Trainer might see the trainees' performance during these sessions. It helps them to start a conversation even with someone that they do not know, like a stranger. For example, as salesperson, sometimes we need to perform our tasks in a group or pair But if both parties cannot have the conversations and do not know how to communicate well, probably it will cause problems for the salesperson to complete their task. So you have known all the details about the objective of this training program. Now, did you know how many participants or the trainees that will participate in this training program? In fact, there are 30 trainees in the context of salesperson will participate in this training program, as well as they having a lacking communication skills. As for the reason, we are responsible to conduct a training for them to improve their communication skills to proceed in the form of sales.
How do we communicate great in today's world? It's not easy. It's never been harder. The world we live in today moves fast. Attention spans are low. Everybody has enormous information at their fingertips. People don't listen very well anymore. It's hard to be heard in the 21st century. So how do we communicate really, really well in that kind of an environment? It's not easy, but we can make it easier for you. And here's how.
So we have known all the training objective, all the training designs that we mentioned before. So let's move forward to start the training now. In order to achieve the communication skills, there are 6 keys of communication skills needed to achieve the sales, such as verbal and non-verbal communications, confidence, listening, ability to present for a group of people, and the ability of choose the right medium.
Body language is king when it comes to selling. It's what determines exactly how a prospect is going to look at you. Just to give you an idea, look at these 3 examples of different body language. Hi, Mark Washak. Hi, Mark Washak. Hi, Mark Washak. Now, did you feel differently about me in each of those 3 examples? I bet you did. The data shows that body language and tonality account for over 90% of how we're going to be perceived by others. So are you thinking about the body language that you're using when you're in front of your prospects and your customers?
Here, I will discuss about the appropriate of the training method chosen. Generally, there are two types of training methods, traditional and electronic methods. In this training program, we will conduct both traditional and electronic methods. So the first one is lecture and discussion. These training methods can be done in writing, orally, or using electronic media. So the trainer will deliver his talk orally in the online platforms such as Zoom, and the trainees will listen to the talk as well as jot down any important knowledge presented. Hence, this is said so delivering knowledge orally alone without any support from other materials will make the training less effective and trainers lose interest. Number 2 is ice breaking. This training method can be conducted at the beginning of the training program. It is to make participants get to know each other better as well as to generate early energy and spirit before the real training program is conducted. Next is e-learning. E-learning refers to a web-based training where no face-to-face training is conducted between trainers and trainees. It is any interaction between the trainers and the trainees is done online. In addition, modules and materials shared with trainees are also in digital format. For instance, the password and link of the meeting room will be shared with the trainee in advance. The entire training will be conducted through Zoom for this training program. Next is gamification. Gamification here refers to adding a game-based element into a training program. This is to test the understanding of the trainees other than to prevent the trainee from feeling bored, because training on sales communication conducted consists of a lot of knowledge related to theories. Gamification in training is also a new way that is applied to learn. It will be conducted through an online Kahoot quiz in this training program. Next is about the appropriate training materials and venue. The first one, we will conduct through the slides and videos. The PowerPoint slideshow is one of the materials that will be used, where trainers will provide interesting slideshows regarding the topic. A good slideshow criteria that will be used throughout the lecture are concise, less text, include pictures or diagrams and charts. This is said so because slides full of text can be lame. In addition, knowledge to be conveyed cannot be received by applicants as whole. Apart from them, few videos regarding that topic will be shown, as well as to prevent trainees from feeling bored. Next is Zoom meeting room. This is the venue of this training program will be conducted. The training is conducted online through the Zoom application, so the things like the above do not need to be considered. Instead, trainees and trainers need to ensure that each has a good internet connection to ensure the program is conducted smoothly. In addition, trainers should not use heavy digital materials that will make it difficult for trainees to engage throughout the training program. And the last one is Kahoot. Kahoot is an online quiz game. It is a material used to carry out gamifications in the training program. After the trainees finish listening to the talk, they will be asked to answer a quiz on Kahoot. This is to test their level of understanding and level of mastery related to the main keys in sales communication skills that will be presented by the trainer during the training. The way is by entering the PIN number of the Kahoot games and answering the quiz within the allocated time.
Let's break it down into smaller pieces. Communication is a big topic. Let's make it more manageable. We think communication comes down to 4 key skills. Number 1, how you assess situations, how you look at the world around you, your level of awareness, how well you listen. The better we are able to assess what's going on around us, the more likely we are to communicate in a way that's relevant to people. Number 2, message. How well do we build a message plan based on what we've learned? How do we put it together? What's most important? What do we include? What do we leave out? What do we lead with? The better we can build a message plan, the better we will communicate. Number 3, document. How well do we translate that message into whatever document we need on that day? Maybe it's an email, maybe it's a white paper or a memo, maybe it's a PowerPoint presentation. But how well do we take that message and then translate it into a document that's actually going to help us in that meeting, in that conversation? And number 4, deliver. How well do we deliver? How well do we speak? How well can we command attention with presence when we stand in front of the room or when we lead the phone call or when we participate in a conversation? Don't just think about your communication skills as this one big thing. It's actually 4 things. And your ability to, number 1, assess situations, number 2, build good message plans, number 3, translate that message into a document that helps, and number 4, deliver with confidence and presence. Think about each of those 4 skills, work on each one of those skills, put those skills back together, and then guess what? You're going to be communicating at a much higher level.
So yeah, we hope that the training that we conducted will be implement the trainees to perform and success in the future. We hope that the trainees, all the 30 trainees will apply the knowledge and experience that they have learned in this training program at their workplace and perform their sales performance. We hope that there might be changes to their job performance after this. Thank you. Bye bye. See ya.